So today we're unboxing an AI that's just completely different from the ones you're probably used to. This isn't another chatbot that's locked away on some corporate server somewhere. Nope. This is a powerful AI you can actually download and run all by yourself. We're talking about Meta's Llama. When you're using an AI like ChatGPT, do you ever stop and think, what's actually going on in there? For most of us, it's a total black box. You put a question in, a pretty smart answer comes out. But you can't see how it works, you can't tweak the engine, and you definitely don't know where your data is really going. And that, right there, brings us to this huge divide happening in the AI world. On one side, you've got closed AI. That's the locked black box. It's powerful for sure, but the recipe is a secret. But on the other side, you've got open weight AI, which is more like an open toolbox. Open weight just means the model's core brain, its essential parts, are out there for anyone to see. And this is exactly where Llama lives. This whole open philosophy is a really big deal, and Llama is pretty much leading the charge. So what is this thing really? Okay, let's get into it. Let's really meet Llama and see what Meta's been cooking up. So Llama is a whole family of AI models from Meta. Yep, the same company behind Facebook and Instagram. But the magic word here is that one we just learned, open weight. It means that you, me, any developer out there can download its core, run it on our own computers, and even change it to do what we want. And look, don't let that word open fool you into thinking it's somehow less powerful. No way. Llama can do the whole shebang, everything you'd expect from a top-of-the-line AI. It can write stories, it can help you write and fix code, it can tackle math problems, summarize a giant report for you, and of course, it can power those chatbots we're all talking to these days. Okay, this all sounds pretty cool, right? But how can you actually get your hands on this? Well, there are basically three main ways, from super easy to, pro-level stuff. All right, so for most people, the simplest way in is to just chat with it. You can actually find Llama powering the Meta AI feature right inside of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Or you can go to other platforms like Poe, which lets you choose Llama as your chatbot. Zero setup required, you just start typing. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. This is the game changer, total, absolute privacy. Using some free tools, things like a Llama or LM Studio, you can download Llama and run it entirely on your own laptop. It is completely offline. That means none of your data ever leaves your machine. You're in complete control. And then, of course, there's the pro level. This is for the developers and businesses out there. You can build Llama right into your own apps and services. You can use cloud platforms like Amazon or Microsoft to do it, or, and this is a big one, you can fine-tune the model. That means you train it on your own private company data to create a custom AI that knows your business inside and out. Okay, so you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. If it's this powerful and you can just download it, what's the catch? How much does this supposedly free AI actually cost? And the answer is, yep, a big fat zero. For pretty much everyone, the software license for Llama costs absolutely nothing. You can use it for your research, you can build a whole business on it for free. The only time you'd have to pay is if your app gets bigger than Instagram. We're talking over 700 million monthly users. Then you gotta give Meta a call. This slide really nails the whole cost thing. The software itself is free, but you've gotta pay to run it. The cost isn't in the license, it's in the computation. It's the electricity. So whether that's your own power bill from running it on your computer, or you're paying a cloud service for every little piece of text it generates, that's where the cost comes from. But, this whole idea of openness brings us to the single biggest debate in AI today. When you give everyone the keys to a tool this powerful, you get some incredible benefits, but you also get some very real risks. So here are the two sides of that coin. On the one hand, the huge pro, total data control. If you're in finance or healthcare, your sensitive company data can stay right there on your private servers. It's a massive win. But there's always a but, right? The con is that same openness can be exploited. Bad actors can download the model, try to rip out its safety features, and use it to generate things like malware or misinformation. Now, Meta knows this is a big deal. They're not just throwing this thing out there and hoping for the best. They actually provide a safety toolkit to help. There's something called Llama Guard, which is basically a filter for bad stuff, and another project called Purple Llama that helps developers stress test their AI for security holes before they release it. So let's bring all this home. After all that, what's the big takeaway here? Where does Llama really fit in the grand scheme of things? It really boils down to this. Llama has quickly become the gold standard for anyone who needs to build a custom AI and keep their data under lock and key. For industries where privacy isn't just a feature, it's a requirement, think finance, healthcare, law, it's not just another option. It's becoming the default choice. And all of this leaves us with this one huge question for the future. Is powerful AI going to be an open toolbox for all of us to build with? Or is it going to stay a locked black box controlled by just a few massive companies? The answer to that is going to shape everything in the next decade of technology.